Welcome to our video tutorial on how to solve problems involving variations. Here are the recommended steps in solving problems involving variations. Step 1, we need to translate the given problem into mathematical equation. Step 2, determine the value of the constant of variation represented by the letter K. 3, write the equation of variation. And 4, solve for the unknown. First example, if y is directly proportional to x and y equals 20 when x is 5, what is y when x is 8? First step, translate the given problem into mathematical equation. Madali lang yan. Una sa lahat, tingnan mo lang kung anong phrase ang magbibigay sa atin ng clue para malaman kung anong klaseng variation ang given problem. Anong phrase ang pwede magamit natin dyan? Ayun, directly proportional. Ibig sabihin, yan ay example ng direct variation. So, madali lang ibigay yung mathematical equation. Paano yun? Kopyahin mo lang yung first variable, y. Pag nakita yung auxiliary verb na is, ibig sabihin yan, kapag tinranslate mo, magiging equals k. Tuloy natin, directly proportional to. Pag nakita mo yung phrase na yan, yung susunod na variable na babanggitin niya ay ididikit mo lang dun sa k. Kaya ito ay magiging y equals kx. Yan ang ating mathematical equation. Step 2, determine the value of the constant of variation, k. Yung constant of variation, yun yung k. So, para mahanap yung value ni k, gagamit lang tayo ng isang pair of values na binigay sa problem. Meron bang pair of values dito na binigay sa problem? Correct, meron. Yung y equals 20 at yung x equals 5. Paano nalaman yan? Kasi sinabi niya. Sabi niya, y is 20 when x is 5. Si y ay 20 kapag si x ay 5. Kaya sila ay pair. Ngayon, substitute natin, si y magiging 20, si x magiging 5. Kaya ito ay magiging 20 equals 5k. Ang target natin ay makuha or malaman kung ano yung value ni k. Sabi niya, si 5k ay equal sa 20. Ano kaya yung value ni k dito? Answer? Okay, tingnan natin kung tama ka. So, ang gagawin mo dyan, dapat si k mag-isa lang. Or si k, 1 lang. Ito kasi 5 ito eh. So, para mangyari yan, we need to divide both sides by, correct, 5. Para ma-cancel yung 5. Para maging 1 na lang yan. 5 over 5 is 1. So, 1k na lang yan. Yung left side, 20 divided by 5 is 4. So, si k ay dapat na 4. Ngayon, para maging maayos yung ating equation, ipagpalit natin ang pwesto. Magiging k equals 4. So, yan ang ating constant of variation. Ngayon, balikan mo yung ating step 1, yung mathematical equation. Babalikan mo yan para masagutan yung step 3 or magawa yung step 3. Step 3, write the equation of variation. Ang equation of variation ay kamukha lang ng mathematical equation. Pero, yung k dito, dapat magiging value na. Ayun, si k ay 4. So, gawin mong 4 ito. Kopyahin mo yan, pero yung si k magiging 4. So, yan ang ating equation of variation. It is the equation that describes the variation. Pag tinanong in the future, or kaya pinagawa, find the equation that describes the variation. Yun ang equation of variation. Again, yung mathematical equation, walang number na involved. Sa equation of variation, yung k may value na, number na siya. Okay, next. Step 4, solve for the unknown. Ano yung tanong o kaya yung problem natin? What is y when x is 8? Para magawa yan, gagamitin mo na yung equation of variation. I'd like to emphasize na ito ang pinaka importanteng equation sa mundo ng variation. Dahil gamit yan, pwede mo nang mahanap lahat ng pinapahanap na kapares ng bawat value. Tulad dito, what is y when x is 8? So, gamitin mo itong equation na to, yung x magiging 8. Substitute, y equals 4 times 8. What is 4 times 8? Correct, 32. So that's the answer. The value of y, therefore, yung tatlong dot na yon, therefore, the value of y is 32 when x is 8. Okay, correct? Ngayon, para ma-check mo kung talagang tama yan, alam natin na sa direct variation, yung bawat pair of numbers ay may common ratio, di ba? So, what is 20 divided by 5? Answer? 4. Correct. Dahil pair sila. 4. O ito, next pair. Si y ay 32 kapag si x ay 8. So, pair din yan. What is 32 divided by 8? Answer? 4 also. So, pareho silang 4. Kaya, we are certain na yung answer natin ay tama. Another problem. If A varies directly as B and A is negative 60 when B is 12, what is A when B is negative 14? Again, tignan mo kung anong phrase ang magbibigay sa iyo ng clue para malaman kung anong klaseng variation yan. Ito ay, tama, direct variation. Kaya, kopyahin mo na si A. Pag nakita si varies, yung word na varies equals K na agad yan. Directly, yung susunod na variable na babanggitin niya, didikit mo lang kay K. Dahil yan ay direct variation. So that's it. Yun ang mathematical equation. How about the constant of variation? Para mahanap yon, so substitute mo lang yung pair of values na binigay niya. Si A magiging negative 60, si B magiging 12. And then, we need to divide both sides by, correct, by 12. Kaya si K ay negative 5. Yan ang ating constant of variation. Step 3, equation of variation. Para equation of variation, para mahanap yan, balikan mo lang yung mathematical equation. Palitan mo si K ng value na nakuha mo sa second step. Kaya A equals negative 5B. Again, yun ang ating equation that describes the variation that can be used to solve for the unknown. Ano yung unknown dito? What is A when B is negative 14? So, substitute mo lang yan. Si B magiging negative 14. Ayan. A equals negative 5 times negative 14. A is 70. Therefore, the value of A is 70 when B is negative 14. Next, example 3. If x varies directly as y and x is 48 when y is 6, find y when x is negative 18. Can you try? Pause the video and give it a try. Okay, let's do it. Translate the given problem into mathematical equation. Ang nauna dito ay x, kaya copy x. Varies means equals k. Directly as y, dikit lang si y doon. Sir, pwede po pala yan. Yes, pwede yan. Depende kung anong naunang variable na binigay niya. So, case-to-case basis pa rin yan. Tapos, para mahanap yung constant of variation, substitute mo lang yung given pair of numbers. Yung 48 saka si 6. 48, 6k, divide both sides by 6k is 8. Balikan yung mathematical equation para makabuo ng equation of variation. Si k magiging 8. So, yun ang ating equation of variation. And then, pwede mo nang masagot or mahanap yung unknown. Find y when x is negative 18. So, si x dito magiging negative 18. Tapos si y nandun pa rin kasi nga siya yung nahanap. And then, para mahanap si y, we need to divide both sides by 8. Cancel. 1 na lang yan. 1y. Therefore, simplify mo lang to. Therefore, y is negative 9 over 4. Sir, pwede po palang magkaroon ng fraction na sagot. Yes, pwede yan. Pwede rin palang negative. Pwede rin yan. Therefore, the value of y is negative 9 over 4 when x is negative 8. Example 4. The quantity m is inversely proportional to the square of n. If m is 3, when n is 4, yun yung pair of numbers natin, what is the value of m when n is 6? Ito yung unknown, yung m. So, translate natin, ano bang klaseng variation yan? Answer? Correct, inverse variation because of the phrase inversely proportional. So, kopyahin yung m, yung first variable. Kapag nakita si is, inversely, ibig sabihin yan equals k. Pag nakita yung is, ibig sabihin yan equals k. Pero nakita dito yung term or yung phrase na inversely proportional. Ibig sabihin, magkakaroon tayo ng denominator. Lahat ng babanggitin yung susunod ay dapat na nasa denominator. So, we need to draw a vinculum here, yung bar, tapos yung variable. Pero yung variable niya, sabi niya, the square of n. Dapat si n naka-square. Kaya magiging over n squared yan. Ito yung ating mathematical equation. Next, constant of variation. Ganun pa rin. Gamitin mo yung pair of numbers na binigay niya. Substitute mo to solve for k. So si m magiging 3. Yung n dito magiging 4. Pero i-square mo siya mamaya. Ayan, square mo. Square natin si 4. Kaya naging 16. Ngayon, para mahanap si k, kailangan mawala si 16 dito. To do that, we need to multiply both sides by 16. Kaya si k ay 48. So, k is 48. Yun ang ating constant of variation. Next, for the equation of variation, ganun pa rin, balikan yung mathematical equation. Pero si k, magiging 48. Ayan. Yan ang ating equation of variation na pwede magamit to solve for the unknown. Unknown natin, what is the value of m when n is 6? So, si n dito magiging 6. Ayan, substitution. Tapos, simplify natin itong 6 squared. Magiging 48 over 36 yan. Simplify pa natin. M is 4 over 3. Therefore, the value of m is 4 over 3 when n is 6. Example 5. If A varies jointly, ito ay extension ng direct variation. Diba? Kaya wala tayong makikitang denominator na variable. If A varies jointly as B and the square or root of C, and A is 120, when B is 5 and C is 36. So, hindi siya pares lang. Ito ay group of numbers. Find A when B is 9 and C is 225. Same step. Mathematical equation natin ay expectation, joint variation. Kopyahin yung A, yung unang variable na binigay. Pag nakita yung word na varies, sulat mo na equals K. Pag nakita yung word na jointly, lahat ng babanggitin niyang variable na susunod ay magkakadikit lang. So, yung B, saka yung C. Pero yung C, dapat square root niya. So, lagay mo dyan, B, the square root of C. Ito yung ating mathematical equation. Step 2, a constant of variation. Ganun pa rin. Instead na pair of numbers, group of numbers ang gagamitin natin. Si A magiging 120, B 5, C is 36. So, substitute natin. Ayan yun. Laging mahuhuli yung hinahanap. Kaya, lipat mo lang. Next, simplify natin yan. Si square root of 36 is simply 6. Multiply mo sa 5, kaya magiging ganyan. Tapos, 30k. Ang right side, left side, 120 pa rin. Dahil we are solving for k, we need to divide both sides by, correct, 30. Magiging 1 na lang yan. Kaya k is simply 4 because 120 over 30 is 4. Yun ang ating constant of variation. Tapos balikan yung equation of variation para makabuo ng equation of, balikan yung mathematical equation para makabuo ng equation of variation. Pero yung si k dito magiging 4. So, yan ang ating equation of variation na pwedeng magamit to solve for the unknown. Unknown, find A when B is 9 and C is 225. Substitute. Si B magiging 9, si C magiging 225. So, that's it. 4 times 9 times the square root of 225. Kopyahin ulit natin. A equals 4 times 9 is 36. Itong 225, square root niyan ay lalabas, magiging 15 na lang. So, 4 times 9 times 15 pa rin yung right side ng equation. Simplify natin yan. That is 540. Therefore, the value of A is 540 when B is 9 and C is 225. Example 6, the quantity y varies jointly as x and z and inversely as m. If y is 10 when x is 2, z is 5, and m is 8, determine the value of y when x is 1, z is 3, and m is 7. Napaka-challenging nito, di ba? Napakaganda niya. Kaya translate na natin yan sa mathematical equation. Una sa lahat, anong klaseng variation yan? Correct, combined variation because meron kang jointly saka inversely. Paano yan? Kunin mo yung unang variable na binigay niya, kopyahin mo yan, y. Pag nakita yung word na varies, yun na equals k lagi. Next, jointly, lahat ng babanggitin niyang variable, magkakadikit, nakadikit sa k. Jointly as x and z. So, x and z, lagay mo dyan, xz. Tapos tuloy natin, and inversely as m. Pagkatapos ng word na inversely, lahat ng babanggitin niyang variable, denominator na. So, vinculum dyan, bar over m. Ayan. So, yung ating mathematical equation ay y equals kxz over m. Tapos, para mahanap si constant of variation, gamitin natin yung group of numbers or values na binigay niya. Si y magiging 10, si x magiging 2, z is 5, m is 8. Substitute natin. Simplify natin 2 times 5 is 10. Kaya meron kang ganitong equation. Simplify natin yan gamit ang scratch paper. Magiging k equals 8. Paano nangyari yan? Yung ating equation ay ito. Scratch paper ito So para mawala yung 8 doon, kailangan natin i-multiply yung buong equation by 8. Kasi yun gusto mo matanggal doon So, multiply mo yung both sides. Yung 10 times 8, 80. Yung 10k times 8, that's 80k. Divide mo ng 8. 10k na lang. Okay? Tapos divide mo ng both sides by 10. Kaya ang k ay 8 talaga. Okay. Balikan yung mathematical equation para makabuo ng equation of the variation. Yung k, papalitan mo lang ng 8. Yung na-compute mo kanina. Ito ng ating mathematical o yung equation of variation. Pwede mo nang sagutan yung tanong or yung unknown. Determine the value of y. So, hinahanap si y. When x is 1, z is 3, and m is 7. Substitute. Simplify mo lang yan. 8 times 1 times 3, that's 24 over 7. Hindi siya pwede ma-simplify pa, kaya yan na ang final answer. Conclusion, the value of y is 24 over 7 when x is 1, z is 3, and m is 7. Example 7 is a more challenging problem. The speed of the car traveling from point A to point B varies inversely with the time taken for the travel. So doon pa lang malalaman mo na yan na isang inverse variation because of the phrase varies inversely. Ano yung mga variables na involved? We have speed and time. Wala siyang ginamit na letter to represent the variables speed and time. So pwede mong gamitin yung S dyan, small letter S, o kaya yung for the time, we have t, small letter t. If its speed is 60 km per hour, it would take 3 hours for the journey. So ito yung pair of numbers natin. Magkapare sila. Kapag daw yung speed niya ay 60 km, yung time for the journey ay magiging 3 hours. Find the time it would take for the journey if its speed is 90 km per hour. Yan yung unknown. First step, mathematical equation, ay t equals k over s. Sir, pwede po bang mauna yung s equals k over t? pwede yun. Pareho lang magiging sagot. Pero kapag si teacher ay more strict, magiging observant sa inyo, kailangan talaga mauna yung time. Bakit? Si time ang dependent variable versus speed. Correct? Okay, kaya dapat mauna yung time dyan. Pero pareho lang ang lalabas. Next, hanapin na yung constant of variation gamit ang pair of values na binigay. So magiging 3 yung time, yung 60 ay S, yung S ay magiging 60, kaya si K ay magiging 180. Bakit? Multiply mo yung buong equation by 60 kasi yung 60 na sa denominator. So cross-multiply na lang, pwede rin yun. Cross-multiply, 60 times 3 is 180. So K natin ay 180. Equation of the variation, balikan mo lang yun. Kaya ang equation of variation natin ay T equals 180 over S. Tapos, pwede naman sagutan yung tanong, find the time it would take for the journey if its speed is 90 km per hour. So, si S dito magiging 90. T would be 2. Conclusion, it will take 2 hours to travel from point A to point B if the speed of the car is 90 km per hour. Tama naman, di ba? Kapag bibilis ka, mas kokonti yung time na kailangan mo para maabot yung pupuntahan mo. Kanina kasi 60 km per hour lang siya, and it took her or him, or it took the car 3 hours for the journey. Ngayon, naging 90 kilometers siya, 2 hours na lang. Last example, for a given interest rate, simple interest varies jointly as principal and time. So clearly, ito ay joint variation. If 50,000 Philippine pesos left in an account for 4 years earns interest of 8,000 Philippine pesos, ito yung ating given group of values, how much interest would be earned? How much interest would be earned in if you deposit 100,000 Philippine pesos for 7 years? Mathematical equation natin. Simple interest, represent natin siya as capital I. Varies means equals K. Jointly means lahat ng babanggitin yung variable ay magkakadikit. Ididikit sa K. Let's use small letter P and small letter T. Yan ang ating mathematical equation. Tapos gamitin natin yung group of values na binigay niya. 50,000. Yung 50,000 ay yung principal. 4 ang time. 8,000 yung interest. So yung I dito magiging 8,000. Principal, 50,000. Yung 4, yung time. Yung K, nasa dulo na. Simplify natin yung right side. 50,000 times 4 is 200,000. Tapos, para maiwan yung K, divide both sides by 200,000. Ito ay magiging 1 na lang, kaya cancel. Itong 8,000 divided by 200,000, para maging madali, kakancel na natin yung tatlong zero sa numerator at denominator. May iwan 8 over 200. Yung 8 saka 200 parehong divisible by 8. Kaya may iwan, K is 1 over 25. Yan ang ating constant variation. Balikan natin yung mathematical equation para makabuo tayo ng equation of the variation. Ang equation of the variation, yung K magiging 1 over 25, kaya itong lalabas na equation of variation. Pwede na natin sagutin yung tanong, how much interest would be earned? How much interest would be earned in if you deposit 100,000 pesos for 7 years? So yung I ang hinahanap, may iwan lang siya. Yung P at T magbabago, mapapalitan ng values. Kaya yan ay I equals 1 over 25 times 100,000 times 7. Multiply natin yan. At divide ng 25, answer 28,000. Conclusion, the 100,000 Philippine peso deposit will earn an interest of 28,000 Philippine peso after 7 years. Thank you.